The Life Unscripted series. In Life Unscripted, I share with you how to become a student for life beyond academic session in order that you achieve optimum and sustainable success. And if it is your first time on my channel, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get a notification when the next content drops. And if it's your first time on Facebook, go ahead and hit that follow button because that is one of the best decisions you're going to make in your life this year and beyond. If it is your first time on YouTube, hit the subscribe. And if it's your first time on Instagram, you know what to do. Click on that follow button because we have a lot to offer to you and how to be able to help you translate the virtue of confidence into wealth. And so today we are going to talk about why you find it very difficult to invest. You know, the moment we talk about investment, all that people think about is all about money, 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 money. But investment is a kind of a resource, and resource is not only tied to the dimension of finance or money. So let's understand ourselves. There are two dimensions of investment. The first, and the etymology of the word invest comes from the word Latin word vitari, and what that means is actually to clothe and to adorn. So, which means, first of the definition of investment is to endow yourself with a lot of resources, to give something a title, endow yourself with a title or an authority to something, place a value on a particular thing. The second dimension is the one you already know, right? Where you have to invest a particular dimension of money in order to gain benefit or profit, as the case may be. But every other thing that you want to do, even when you want to endow yourself, is actually to make profit out of anything. And you know, profit is not just about money, it will always profit you when you are the better version of yourself. And so, we are going to talk about the dimension of endowment. Many people think about money and never prioritize themselves who are going to make the money. And that's why you spend money on your body, but you don't spend money on your mind. And so, one of the things I want to share with you and why you find it very difficult is because you have identity crisis. I'm so sorry to say, because this is one of part of my experience, and I'm sharing that with an improved knowledge. So, one of the things that helps you, that makes it difficult for you to actually invest, when I mean invest in this point, is to endow yourself with a point of authority and value, is what I call identities crisis. You know, how do people identify with you when when you have not basically done the assignment to identify yourself? I was able to pay for a $600 course on myself, not because I have all the money, but because I placed value on myself first. Because I know a better version of me learning whatever thing that is invested in that course and that training, and at the cost or duration of that particular experience, is going to change the game for me. Of course, I have a lot of results from that particular thing. And so most of the time, people don't exert belief system because they have identity crisis, because they don't even know who they are. They don't even know what to believe in. And it affects your belief system. So most of the time, they always ask the question of how much am I going to pay to be able to get a course, rather than how much value do I place in myself and where do I see myself even after getting training from this particular thing. And that's the question people are not asking. And when you begin to ask of who you are going to become, you will see that you will ask the question of who is teaching the course rather than the course itself. Because the course is just a tip or a part of knowledge, not really the body of knowledge of who has actually developed that course. So all the time you want to build a relationship with the person who built the course. And you want to do that because you know you will have questions consistently on your becoming. That's why a lot of people know and just want to have without knowing, without being and doing to actually have more, right? So why do you want to get a fraction? Why do you want the profit, a fraction of the profit rather than having it all? It's because you have not placed value on yourself, and that is as a result of identity crisis. So one of the things I recommend for you is for you to actually join not a WhatsApp group, but be part of our community Confidence Global Champions. Because one of the things we help you do is to be able to help you identify with yourself. We are going to share with you the how of you knowing who you are. Because one of the things people want to do is to just go out there, make impact without knowing that the impact they make is as a reflection of their own expression. So you find expression making impact because you know who you are. And that is powerfully where people would definitely connect with you almost effortlessly. So you want to be able to identify with yourself, to know how best to place worth on yourself and adorn with yourself with a lot of resources to be in a place where you control other dimensions of resources, where money is inclusive. So when you prioritize money over yourself, there is a limit to how much you engage in personal development, because you are going to do that with the wrong reasons, and the wrong reasons does not sustain you to you becoming better or becoming the person who will be able to multiply the monetary aspect of whatever thing you are looking for. So stop chasing money and start with identity. And I'm going to share with you how, if you become part of our community, the Confident Global Champions, as one of the things that we first of all do is to engage in a clarity session, and we engage consistent master classes because it lasts for a duration of 12 months. Because we need to do a reversal process and be able to take you through the process, because the success is in the process, it's not in the future. So you want to be part of the process of your becoming so that you can be able to have more by virtue of doing that. The opportunity is right there on your screen and you want to take advantage of that. And of course, you know, this is not going to last. The next cohort is coming in October. The next cohort is coming in October. Registration and onboarding has already begun, and you want to be able to take advantage of that before October, because right here on your screen, whatever that, if you do not take on the discounted rate, you are going to take on the actual rate. And so you want to be able to take fast action today to be able to make that decision. It's not about it. It's not about the money that you have to pay. Remember that you pay to actually pay attention, and your attention is needed to your becoming, and that is why we are building Confident Global Champions. So I hope you are able to take this very seriously, so that you go back to your source to actually identify yourself and take through the process of what we share in Confident Global Champion to manifest that which you have come into consciousness of. Oh, now I know I have identity. Now I know I have identity crisis, and it's not bad at all for you to do so. I mean, there was a time, even my relation told me a lot of things I should believe about myself. And I believed that thing, and it never brought out the best part of me until I began to change my mindset. And it took a process for that becoming. And I also want to help you take that process. That's why you should type CGC in the comment section, or you hit the link in the description of my channel right now. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, hit that particular link on my bio. Let's have that conversation. Take the audacity and the bold step so that you build your boldness into you becoming that which you want to be, and actually harvest from your investment. And I can't wait to see you on the other side. I still remain your friend, and you're going to get 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏, founder of the Confident Global Champions Network, Mrs. 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏. And until I come your way again in the next episode of Life Unscripted, don't forget that life is unscripted. It only takes your discipline and the audacity to pick up a pen and a paper to write and rewrite your script, because there are defining moments and there are redefining moments. And I can't wait to be able to see you in the next one. Peace out and bye for now.